Hello everyone, I've just received the March Tag of the Month kit from Laurie Padilla of Piles of Paragraphs, and for anybody that's new to my channel, this is a monthly tag kit that you can purchase from Etsy from Laurie Padilla of Piles of Paragraphs. I'll leave the details to Laurie's shop in the description box below. So as always, we've got the information sheet. Laurie says that the focal image this month is from the New York Public Library. She says all the elements for the tag are contained within the kit except for glue. She says please use the pieces of the kit that work for you and add your own items as you like, but the important thing is for you to enjoy the process, which of course I always do. So let's have a look and see what we've got in the kit this month. Now as always, we've got the tag base. Of course you could use this as an element if you wanted to. I always use this as the tag base, and this measures 2 7/8 by 5.5, I think. Yep, 5.5 inches, so 2 7/8 by 5.5 inches. This is cream cardstock, and then we've got the various elements to use for our collage and to piece our tag together. We've got this gorgeous tissue paper here. I love the greens that are in this kit. Green is one of my favorite colors, so this is right up my alley. We've got some scrapbooking papers here, various designs, all coordinated beautifully. I love this kit, Laurie, beautifully done. We've got some pearlescent or glittery paper as well. Oh, what's that on the back? There we go, really like that. We have some fabrics. We've got this beautiful burlap. You know how much I love burlap. Love this olive green as well. Some beautiful green striped paper, and the focal image itself, which as I said earlier is from the New York Public Library. So let me put my thinking cap on, have a play around with this, and we'll see if we can put a composition together. Now it's funny because this composition has come together really easily, and sometimes it takes me a good while to get my head around what I want to do. I have cut this piece here into 3, and it's this piece here I'm going to use, so I'm going to put those to one side to use for something else. I've also cut this one here as well, and it's this part here I want to use. And how was I going to do it? Now what I've decided to do is I want to glue this down here, then this piece here at the top like this. Let me just make sure I'm in camera shot. This one's going to go at the bottom, and what was I going to put on the left hand side, and then this one here like this. So I'm just going to glue these down with a regular glue stick, and then we'll see where we go next. Now you can see I've glued my pieces down, and I've already trimmed around the edges, and next I want to add these pieces here. So I'm going to add that there, and you can see I've already cut a piece off the side, and then this piece here is going to go about there like that. I've already had a look at the composition. I've made myself a mark so that I know where I want these to go. I know that I want this one to go at the bottom of that stem line there like that, and so I'm going to glue these down next in the same way. Now I always like to mount my tags onto a piece of craft cardstock. I do want to round the edges of this one here, so I'm using my X-cut corner rounder. This is the large size. I don't think it says what size it is. They do 2, a smaller one and a larger one like this. I've got them both. Oh, why won't this punch? This always happens when I'm on camera. There we go, like that. And then I'm going to use some of my Distress ink in frayed burlap. What have I done with my inking tool? Of course, it's never to hand when I need it. Now I've got an avalanche going on. Here we go, I've got my act together. So I just want to ink around the edges of this tag, just to grunge it up a bit, make it look a bit more vintagey to go with the focal image that we've got in the kit. To glue this down onto my craft cardstock base, and then I've got these 2 pieces left for the middle to fill that space there. I've got the gorgeous burlap ribbon here, and also this beautiful striped fabric, and those are going to go on there like that. I like the idea that this is slightly wider than the tag base itself. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac to do that. So I've got some of my, in fact it's not Fabri-Tac, it's 3-in-1, which I've decanted into one of these fine nozzle bottles. And all I'm going to do is just add some glue just to the very tip here, to the very edge of the burlap, top and bottom, and that will hold that down really well and make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. So just make sure that I've got enough to cover it. Bring back some parchment paper or deli paper or something to catch the excess glue. I want that to be fairly central, and I want it to run the whole width of that craft cardstock there, like that. This is going to need to be weighted down underneath a heavy book because this is quite sturdy. And then if I find that I haven't quite got enough on the edges, I can always add a little bit more. So we'll weight that down first, and then we can add the other piece of striped fabric as well. So again, just in fact, what I think I'll do with this one here is use glue stick, because this is quite a thin fabric. Glue stick will be fine for this, and I don't want the glue bleeding through to the other side. This Pritt stick I'm really impressed with. It's amazingly strong. So here we go, let's do this, and then we can weight the whole thing down then underneath a heavy book. So there like that. Oh, there we go, the edges are trimmed, and I've just inked around the edges as well just to tidy that up nice and neat on the back. Now I do want to add, where have I put it, a little tab top, and this is a postage stamp from one of Laurie's previous envelopes. They always come with these gorgeous round postage stamps which we just don't see here in the UK, and I've kept all of the leftover bits and pieces in a little bag like this. You can see I've got, there's another one of the green ones. The latest ones are pink, but the green just works absolutely beautifully. Which way do I want to have it? That way or that way? Oh, now decisions. Let me just have a think, but I'm just going to glue that down with a little bit of 3-in-1. I do actually like seeing the postage stamp waves, so I'm going to have it that way around, and as I've said, just a little bit of 3-in-1 just around here like this. I'm going to spread that out with my finger just to make sure that that gets right to the very edges, like this. Wipe off the excess, and then stick this down, just trying to make sure that I get it fairly central about there, like this. I do want a little bit of a lip. There we are, and again I can use a bulldog clip just to make sure that that glue grabs. Now the remaining two pieces that we've got left in the kit are these two pieces here. I'm not going to use this one here just because I think it's a bit bright, considering that the rest of my background is all green. I've pulled out a couple of other bits and pieces that I'd saved from some of Laurie's other kits. I've got a whole bag, as I've said here, of bits and pieces left over from other kits. I've got this piece here, also this piece of cheesecloth type fabric. Of course, I've got pieces left over from the background I've used today, so I'm just going to try and piece something together. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but to start off with, I've also pulled out some twine, really fine garden twine, and I do want to wrap this around my tag as well. Now, how do I want to do this? Let me just wrap that over like that, and we can just maybe just wrap it like this. I like that, and maybe glue that on the back. I think I'll stick that down maybe with some sellotape. So here we go. I've just got myself some Scotch tape. I'm just going to stick that down like that. We can maybe cover that over with something else as well. Play around with this as well until I'm happy with how that looks. Now I've pulled out these bits and pieces here that I think will pull it all together. This was a little note that Laurie wrote me on some tea stained paper or coffee stained paper. I'm just inking around the edges just to frame this and give it a border. I've also got this, which was in one of Laurie's other kits as well. Again, I'm doing the same with this just to grunge it up a bit. So all the way around. I decided to take this off to my sewing machine and just add a few stitches. Let's just trim these off here like this. There we go. That looks good. And then I've also found another piece from Laurie's kit, another saved piece from the little bag of leftovers. And I think I'm going to use that as well. So I'm just going to trim this too. And I'm going to just round the corners of this using my small corner rounder. So you can see the difference between the two. That's the larger one and that's the smaller one. Make sure I use the right one now. And I'm going to ink around the edges of this too, just to pull everything together. And then finally, I want to stick my focal image down. I'm just going to put this mint green cheesecloth on here like this. Put my glue on the back here, which will hold the cheesecloth down. So this is my 3-in-1. I'm just going to spread that out to the edge here like this, and just make sure that I get that centralized. Make sure I've got that how I want it, and pop that down there like that. And again, I'm just going to weight this down underneath a heavy book until that glue sticks. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Now, of course, last step is to glue the focal image down. I've put some foam tape at the top and the bottom because, of course, this is quite bumpy in the middle. And I've just trimmed it down with scissors, as you can see. So we'll take the little backing strips off. Again, I can just add some 3-in-1 just to the centre of that, there like that, and glue it down. I think that's going to look absolutely gorgeous. Now, I just want to punch a hole just in the top here like this. Make sure I get that fairly centralized. I'm just going to put a brad in there as well. There we go. And punch that down with my crocodile like so. There we go. Just give that a good squeeze. And then I've got some sari fabric. What have I done with it? 2 colours of lovely green, which I thought matched the colour scheme absolutely beautifully. So I'm just going to thread these through. This is just a piece of bent over wire, which just makes threading thicker pieces much easier. And then, of course, I can loop these through. Let's just try and do that. And that really is my finished tag. Isn't that just gorgeous? I just need to trim these off at the top. Let me just grab a pair of scissors. Where do I want those to go? Let's trim those off there like that. And that's it. I just think that's absolutely beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, I think it is anyway. I'm calling that one done. I'm really happy with that composition. And for anybody that's following along with this series and you want to share your compositions, please feel free to come and join us in the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium. As long as you put that it's related to the Tag of the Month kit in your description box, then, please feel free to share within our group. I'll leave the link to the Mixed Media Emporium in the description box below. Before I go, here's a few others that I've created using Laurie's tag kits. These are all similar tones. As I say, I've done about 12 or 13 of these now, and they're just great fun to play with. But I'll leave links to all of the other Tag of the Month kit videos so that you can go and have a look if you want to. But if you've enjoyed my video today and it's given you some ideas, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, because as I always say, it really does let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.